cash.
Finding a place and locking them in. WNBA is about to begin. Gotta trust the process if you wanna win, cause Just Cash is back. You better tell your friends when Angel Reese walks in a bar with Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark. These bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh so they wanna We be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in.
It's a flagrant foul. It's a hard
Lock in, bruh.
And here we got another.
Lock in.
Yo.
We're back. They're cheering for you, E. They're cheering for you.
What up? What's good? What's going on, fam? Welcome back, everybody. It is Just Cash, here to talk a little bit of WNBA basketball and all basketball things alike. What's good, Underrated? How are you, man?
I'm good. Just sitting back thinking about how that crazy streak was, and we went 4-2 yesterday, hit 2 unit plays, and we're feeling down. We're down. We only went 4-2.
Yeah, it was more of a modest outing. Some bad beats along the way. Very unexpected. JJ being a late scratch like 15 minutes before the game was quite unfortunate. I would say that was honestly the only reason that we ended up losing out on Lacan. We were looking at her potentials after the game. They were still fairly low. She only had 9 in total, so being able to convert 7 of those was quite unfortunate. But the PRA, pretty easy. I mean, only ended with 7 points. That was pretty straightforward read. And, I think as you and I kind of talked about, just the line movement with the assist going up to 5.5 kind of, that enticed us into it being a better play, which I stand by it. It was still a great play. I mean, we're way over the 2-to-1 ratio for potentials, but JJ not being there, obviously the paint presence from New York was very lackluster. I love Honda to death, but she's quite the traffic cone. And they, they were just able to walk up a bunch of layups. It wasn't like we were... we didn't lose from 3. It wasn't anything like that. They were just getting easy layups. So, and then Asia, a little bit of a blemish on the night. And that one, honestly, what can you do? She was out there stat padding, trying to get a triple-double. So we poked the bear. I think we learned from that one, at least not for home games. We'll just kind of pass on her from now on. But we will at least get that 3.5 line again. So we'll see what this next matchup holds for us.
Yeah. We'll look at that a little tougher, a little harder. I want to take that one and put myself on the train tracks and let a train hit me after I decided to go with that one, to be honest with you. So I'll take full, complete destruction of me on that play, and we'll try to make it up to everybody. Asia under 3.5 assists. We just can't do it. Like you said, when they're at home. She just decided to, what did she get? 8 assists?
She had 9 assists. She was stat padding trying to get her triple-double, and Jackie, Jackie had like 15 points in the fourth quarter, but they couldn't get that number 10 at the end of the game there.
Yeah, I saw that. She threw it away. She had it too. Dang. Okay. All good. Yeah. All good. Still doing good. Still rolling 4-2. I think we got some good ones today too. So I'm excited.
Yeah, man. And I mean, we still hit both of our 2-unit plays yesterday. So if anybody that was on stream, we were able to get in that 4.5. If you got her at 4, she did push. So, had a better performance than we were expecting. I think she was perfect. She was 4-4 from 3. So coach kind of, left her out there for a little bit longer than per usual. But
you know what else too? I think that was Kiki's injury. I think that just left more room. They played small, I think, a lot, right? Because of that.
They did, yeah. And I completely forgot about the Kiki injury, also letting her kind of soak up a few more minutes. But still, we had the 4.5. It was up and back and forth for a little bit, so hopefully you guys were able to get that one in. And then Brianna Stewart, she was still lingering around a couple of sites, and hopefully you guys are able to get some exposure on that as well. But still, I think it was a solid day. We locked in some really great value on plays for today. I know everyone and their mom is on Angel, so, fingers crossed, fam, that she brings us to the promised land today. But saw some line movement, so we'll kind of hop into that. But before we do, if you guys won some money with us and or just love what we're doing here, appreciate it, and support the channel, make sure you hit that like button down below. As always, it helps us out a ton. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and be a part of the community. Check out links for our Discord down below. We're still running 7-day free trials. We did a giveaway yesterday as well. Gave up $25 to 2 different people and $15 for 3rd and 4th place. So we'll get back, show you guys we always appreciate it. And hopefully we'll be able to do these more often. But be a part of it, because that's where all the live betting access is going to be. I know tonight also should be a fairly decent slate. We have them kind of, broken up a little bit so we don't get that 2-for-1 like we had last night. But still, 3 different chances for it. And Golden State at home, I'm excited about this one. And, I think everyone was kind of expecting the big narrative for Reese and her return game back to Chicago. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get it started. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today as well. And if you guys got any questions, comments, anything interesting for a player or prop you're looking at, make sure to throw them down below. We'll get to as many as we can. And we're on time today too. So sweet. We got to do everything already. It's only 10 after. Yeah, let's go.
There we go. What's up, Tori? He says, what up? Let's go. We cashing out today. I like Reese first half, rebounds 5.5. I'm riding with her again till the wheels fall off. Tori's been riding a lot of stuff, first half unders, even some overs. Man, you've been doing good. Appreciate it. Appreciate the comments in here. Appreciate the follow, and congratulations is what I meant to say on those plays. Looking nice. But he's on it with Reese today too.
Yep. Anything with Reese rebounds, I'm 100% game for it today.
Yes, sir. All righty, man. Let's get into it. But just right before you do, real quick, ZB Miami's here. F451 is here, just showing some love. Appreciate you guys, fellas. Like, comment, sub, share. Let's get it. All right, E, get to it. And we'll try to get through the comments by the end today. So let's go.
All right, sounds like a plan. Okay, so for our first game, we got Atlanta traveling out to Chicago. Let's look at some totals, money lines, and spreads here real fast. So Atlanta, quite the favorites on the road. If this was at home, they'd be looking at closer to probably 10.5, maybe even 11.5 points. I'd say 10.5 is probably fair. But 8.5 point favorites, pretty appealing. 165.5 total. And let's talk about both of these teams. So I think we're going to start out with Chicago, and then we'll kind of hit on Atlanta because we got a little bit more there. But Chicago, terrible offense. I mean, honestly, I think this is something we've just talked about for many slates now. There is no real one standout player. Skylar having her slumps here. Azure playing pretty good basketball. I'll give her a flower. She's played really well the last 2 games. Minutes are starting to creep back up as her conditioning and everything gets back under her belt. But, you're looking at Cloud, Cardoso. I mean, Cardoso's been playing acceptable, but not really anything that I think is up to her standards or should be her standards, given that we don't have Rakia or Reese on the team anymore. I mean, honestly, dude, she should be averaging like 15-plus points a night. And for her, I think the rebound capability still there, but scoring a little bit sketchy, and that's kind of had a domino effect on a few different things. Now, we were looking at Skylar under her RA, which we'll talk about here in just a second, but most of that just coming off the woes of this team and how bad their shooting efficiency has been lately. I am honestly kind of looking for Skylar to have more of a bounce back game scoring wise. I mean, for her, that's something that kind of carried the weight for the team for a while after Rakia left. But since then, I mean, at least over the last 5 games now, she's just been a shell of herself. So we're looking at possible blowout potential, but I do think Chicago can gut it out and keep it a close game for us. But we are looking at Reese here on Atlanta. So I think let's start with that first here and kind of what we've seen from the rest of the league as far as what Chicago's allowing. Now, this is something we've talked about for, slate in, slate out, any kind of power forward, centers, or just general small forward, active rebounding guards. Great spot for them today. Number one metrics across the board, offensive, defensive, and just general rebounding. Chicago's just bleeding it all. We got it there? Okay, yeah, perfect. They just give it up on the glass. And something even more so, it's surprising to see that they're giving up so many offensive rebounds. But we know that's where Reese is really going to, drop the hammer down. That's something that she shines in and really excels at. Perfect spot. Honestly, we couldn't ask for a better matchup for her. Anything rebound today related, I absolutely love it. Really, I'll say our only red flag today, there's one only red flag, is if Angel Reese is in first half foul trouble, which I still don't think it cooks our full game props. So maybe that kind of, makes me a little bit more hesitant on just playing first half props for her. But that's the only way we're losing today for the rebound aspect. We've seen it. Morrow, last game, 17 rebounds. The list just goes on and on for how many people. Look at all these green bars. It's ridiculous production for any kind of capable rebounder. So I love this spot for her. All the narrative in the world, return game back to Chicago. We also saw these teams play in the preseason as well. And just to kind of give you a little snippet of it, Reese only played 12:35, very short minutes, still ended with 7 rebounds, only 2 offensive rebounds. So there's definitely some room to grow there, but still, 12 minutes, 7 rebounds, that is an unbelievable rate. I would not be surprised today if Reese has somewhere in the range of an easy 15 to 20 rebounds, easy. Great spot for her all in all. I don't think I can stress that enough. But then the other interesting thing for her is my bad dog. I know I'm clicking around a little bit on you here, but
no, you're good. You're good.
It.
Yeah, you're good.
So we're looking at her double-double prop also as a strong play. And I think maybe it's a little bit more strong now that she's seen some bumps. I know her regular rebound line is up to 12.5 on most places. But again, we were talking about all this stuff yesterday, so hopefully you guys locked in that early value. If you're new here, you just got to kind of roll with the punches here, take the value for what's left now. But looking at her scoring for the double-double aspect, we only had one game, and that was against Vegas, so no surprise there. Struggled a little bit scoring. Every other game, though, 10-plus points. So this has really carried the weight for, I think, a lot of her metrics this season regarding the double-doubles more specifically. And then we flip over here, look at the rebound rating for her and some of the matchups. Now, this is really the thing that's missed, and I think where we kind of sneak in the extra value for her, though. The games where she's able to get her 10-plus rebounds easy, but the ones that she missed, taking a closer look at some of the matchups, Vegas, they do allow quite a few rebounds, but she only played 29 minutes, had a little bit of foul trouble there. Dallas does not allow that many rebounds. Indiana does not allow that many rebounds as well, for that matter. But Minnesota, bottom of the barrel, they've actually played really, really well inside the paint and don't allow rebounding. So just barely shy of those markers. And this is something that, last year before that, whatever, books would always have her low 0.72, 0.69, minus 230, 250, something like that for her double-double prop. And we're getting really great odds on it. So I love this. I think the rebounds carry their weights, and we just need her to score 10 points. So stay out of foul trouble, and Reese is going to take us to the promised land tonight.
Yeah, man. And a couple of things. I know you're always on the rebounding thing. You were on the Washington not giving up rebounds to guards. Now we're on the Chicago just giving up rebounds in general, especially to bigs, it seems like. So Angel lies right in there, right in that spot where it's almost a perfect matchup. And bookies threw it up there, I'd say, a little too early, a day or two ahead, and gave us some good value. Now you see all the, what is she, 2 rebounds above what she was when we got it? At least 1. We got good value. Yeah. So it's just another thing, man, to stress, getting the value on these type of plays, especially WNBA. They just throw up their averages and then let people bet. You know what I mean? They just threw her average up. They didn't even look at Chicago. So we're getting a really good deal here. It is betting, of course. You can't think you're going to win every time, but we're putting our money in a good spot. That's all you can do. So let's do it. And hopefully Reese, this is her place. This is her time to shine for us in this community. Give us the rebounds we want. We don't care how many shots you miss, as long as she can score 10 points for the double-double. But rebounds is number 1 today, so hopefully And you saw a funny thing on Bovada yesterday, huh? They had the Me Bounds. They had the Me Bounds prop. It's really a prop, too. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, that shit was cracking me up to see. And, I mean, that is a running gag with her. But if there was a matchup for her to really excel at, this is definitely going to be one of them. So just fingers crossed, no dumb stuff tonight, no early foul trouble, and we should be good.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right, man. I think they don't need her to go crazy today anyways. So hopefully she won't let that get in her head with being in Chicago again. But they don't need her because they should win easy. So she should be able to focus and not have to foul, Cardoso? Is that who she's going to be on?
I mean, there's a pretty decent chance she's probably going to guard Cardoso. But, I mean, Coach, he could switch it up. He could easily put Naz Hillman to guard her on defense and just kind of let Reese have a little bit more free reign just to make sure she doesn't get in the foul trouble. Because, I mean, truthfully, we're just looking for that 30-minute marker. I mean, anytime she plays over 30 minutes, it's been a fairly easy ride to get there. So,
yeah.
Also, look out for her live props, too. I mean, let's say in a worst-case scenario, she gets in early foul trouble. We lose out on some early minutes. I mean, bro, I dare them to move her lines underneath like 10.5 rebounds or 10 rebounds. Even in a short spurt, I mean, we've seen Reese really put the hammer down, and she can go off for, 4 or 5 rebounds at a time just in a flurry. So I don't think even in a worst-case scenario, the prop is totally cooked. Even if we had, like 2 rebounds at half, it might be a snowball's chance in hell, but there is still some kind of a chance we can get there.
This is the kind of bets I like. Like, it doesn't matter. If something happens and goes wrong, it is what it is. But these are the type of bets that if you put your money on, we're in the long run, we're coming through. And the fun thing is about this is we get to cheer for Angel. Like, that's what to me personally, that's fun. I don't even like overs. But today, this is fun. Angel, just get us rebounds. We'll love you forever.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. And honestly, just it circles back to just not even that they're giving up so many rebounds, but they're just overall points per game are so bad, man. I mean, this team is bottom 3 in total points per game. They're barely averaging 80 points. So just to put it in perspective, essentially they're a slight step ahead of Connecticut and Seattle, and we know how bad those two teams are right now. So it's just all bad. And then you look at the supporting cast too, they're very reminiscent of Washington. Like, this team just doesn't shoot that many threes. They've been shooting a few more lately because they're playing from behind. But, I mean, all season they've been bottom 4, bottom 5 in just overall attempts allowed. So this is, it kind of plays into the same scheme that we had last night with Washington, where the opportunity just isn't there for the long ball, for the guards, for all that stuff. So it just funnels out towards the power forward and the center so much. And just happens to be, there's one thing that Angel Reese can do really well. It's definitely get rebounds. So, we couldn't ask the stars to align anymore here for us. The only thing is just no foul trouble, and I think we're fine.
The other thing too, I was thinking, and you said a great word, funnel. That's the whole idea of this betting, man. Like, all we can do is make the plays and put our money in the right spots, and they'll funnel to the right positions for us to win, because those rebounds, man, the ball could bounce the other way. Who knows? It could happen. There could be a crazy blowout, and she might only get 25 minutes. Who knows? But chances are, this is fun. This feels good. Come on, Angel.
Come on, girl. All right, well, let's keep it going. I figured we were going to talk about her for a little bit, but let's move over to Jordan Canada. And I think one really strong look, and then one at least we can talk about, full game prop I still think is quite high. Her being at 6.5 assists is, oh my goodness, 7.5. I was about to say, give me an under on that. I'll go sign up for BetMGM right now.
You're right.
But the 6.5 assists looks like it is kind of getting dried up. It's on Hard Rock, DraftKings, and Bet Online now. It was on a few other sites earlier too. Underdog also moved her. When did that happen? No. Okay, it is still here. But yeah, the full game, more specifically the first half, we played this the other day for the exact same reason. Not exactly the best matchup. I mean, Chicago is playing a lot slower. Really just, not really giving that much in the paint or inside or outside of the wing. They kind of funnel a lot in that mid-range area, which, don't have the best shooters for. but still, for 3.5 is quite high. I mean, look at the full game; it's only 6.5. So if we're talking full game props, getting 4 in the first half essentially means her full game prop should be at 7.5, right? So playing off the tax and then looking at her hit rating too is pretty bad, man. I honestly don't understand why they have this for a prop for her. Does Props Madness not show first half stuff?
Only points. Yeah, it's messed up. It's bunk. I told them to. They're like, yeah, we're going to add that one day. So, okay, one day I'll be waiting.
Yeah, so, I mean, bad matchup already to begin with. And then just looking in her current season production, I mean, she's not even averaging 3 per game. It's like 2.8. Mostly inflated off this one game against Phoenix. But most of the matchups, you know, we've had a couple easy ones, a couple tough ones. They distribute the ball a lot. I mean, we've seen Angel playmaking more, Ryan a little bit back and forth, and Gray the same thing for her too. But Powell off the bench, she's been playing She's been playing a lot more as of late, and you know she's also a secondary playmaker too. The line's just too high. It's not a great matchup. You know, there's nothing boasting this to be a terrifying spot for us, and I think it makes a lot of sense. Mostly for the same reason her full game line at 6.5 does. It's too high. There's no positives here. Everything's high.
Yeah. I also wanted to throw out there. You said it's 6.5, but it's 5.5 in a lot of spots now too. So the fact that the bookies are moving it down and we still get that 3.5 for first half, that is wild. 3.5. Yeah. You're right. She needs 4. I don't know, man. It's a lot.
And maybe the line movement's kind of pushing me a little bit more towards the first half line because it's just such a tax now, especially if it's going to be at 5.5. Yeah, I am curious to see if Underdog's going to move that because it wouldn't make any sense at all if they bump her down to 5.5 and keep that. So there is a good chance it could disappear. It could definitely disappear.
I think she's been at 5.5 like it seems like her whole career. Like we've been playing her assist for years, and she, you know, we'd always alt it to 5 or play. She's right around 5.5. She's right around 5 or 6 almost every single game. We've been watching her so long, but this year, a couple times she's gone crazy. She had one game with 22 potentials. She had 14 assists. One game with 19 there, and da 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 da. It happens, but those games where it happened, we just gotta hope that that's not what happens today. Chances are it won't, but you never know, man. You never know. That's why we couldn't go too hard on it. 1 unit, right? Instead of, we almost went 2 units. But that first half.
It was really tempting. And I mean, honestly, I still might on a personal level. I know we already played the first half line, but I would still consider maybe even playing the 6.5 full game prop. Because again, I mean, you still will potential for a blowout here. Skylar is a fairly reasonable defender, but you know, Canada, if she gets going, she can get to her spot, shoot the ball, no problem. Also, her distribution, you know, is pretty split. She will dump it down to Reese a lot more. So, yes, I think there is a little bit of danger in that aspect, but we've seen Reese take a lot of free throws, obviously a lot of missed shots. You know, her conversion rating for that aspect has been pretty low, but the other half of her shots are coming out from the arc here on the three-point line, and that's something that Chicago's been exceptional at right now. They're really limiting that three-point production. You know, we just took Sykes under her 1.5 threes this last game, and she ended with 0, so not much of a surprise there. I'm probably going to stick to my guns with the first half one, but I do think the full game one also warrants a little bit of exposure as well.
Yeah, this might be one of those live ones too. If she gets 2 in the first quarter and they bump it up to 7.5, take that under also. And you could be, doubling up your death there, but I mean, got to take our chances in these spots. It is what it is. Can't be scared. Got to take the value when it comes and just get to it, man. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But more of the time it works when you just take the value. So that's all we can do. Let's go.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and you got to think about too, you know, obviously we're not going to be perfect. So keep that in mind. We can't sweep every single night or we would be retired in 2 weeks or something like that. But realistically, most of the time, if we were looking at any person, if there's something that you're wanting to put your money on, just using, we'll use the first half prop, for example, if bookies are just going to keep posting stuff here at whatever said current line. Like Asia, for example, last night, same thing for her. Her hit rating was about 50%. I think it was like 45% or something, close to 50% nonetheless. So that one, yes, it was a true coin flip. We kind of knew what we were getting into with that. But you look at something like this where the line just doesn't make any sense, and it's still not even that scary if, say, let's move it down to 2.5. I mean, we're only talking about 50% here. So this yes, at a 2.5 would be a lot more scary because we've seen her get there 50% of the time. That's pushing it more. It's just a coin flip. That, you know, we're in the realm of gambling there. But if you're taking a full line on somebody who is staying under 65, 70, 80% of the time, what's to say that player is just not going to continue to do that? Like, yes, they're going to have a good game from time to time, and that's the games that, you know, they might get us on an under. But for the most part, if we just kind of look back on this and say, like, why haven't we just been playing the same thing that they keep offering under? This player's not performing. They're not going over. You know, why not continue to do that? And that's kind of just a strategy behind, you know, how we're really attacking the WNBA format right now. You just see so many of these players on an average night, 60% of the time, they're usually underperforming. Sometimes the whole team's going to snap off and, you know, the chemistry's there. But for the most part, any given night, 50% is a lucky night. Like, that's a great night for a player.
100%. There, you hit it perfectly. That is exactly right. And man, we appreciate you guys being here and taking in some of the info. We can all build together. It's fun, man. Let's whoop their ass. We got 92 watching, 43 likes. We haven't even asked for likes much today, and you guys are giving them up. So thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Feeling it.
Yeah, man. All righty. Sounds good to me. I mean, those are the same plays right there. That's pretty much every play, to be honest. It's pretty simple. It's like you said, man. All we can do is put the money in valuable spots and let it play out.
Yeah, and same thing here with Skylar. You know, 8.5 RA. Not really sure exactly where they're getting the lines from because she's been quite underperforming. And again, with this team, they've just hit such a bad slump lately. Not even from bad matchups. I mean, we're talking Connecticut and Toronto in the mix here. Toronto twice for that matter. I think this matchup, very difficult. We know Atlanta's been solid against the assist and playmaking. Truthfully, for her, it's just mostly what is Cardoso doing today? Half of her playmaking comes directly inside the paint, specifically to Cardoso. So if she's cooking, yes, maybe this aspect gets a little bit scarier, but the rebounding also, Atlanta not really giving that up to opposing guards. We know Canada's defense, real good chance she's just going to be smothering her for most of the game here. So, I mean, I'm just looking at her props like, yeah, she can get over the assists. Like, let's say worst case scenario, she ends the game with 6 assists. Because this is what we're sweating here, right? We're not even sweating the rebounds. I mean, 3.5 rebounds didn't make any sense to begin with. First game of the season was against Portland. No surprise that she had more of a rebound opportunity there. But outside of that, I mean, pretty low numbers for her for the most part. I mean, she's just not having to exert much effort on that. A good majority of these are just lucky long ball rebounds too. But let's say worst case scenario, she gets 6 assists here, clears that prop, goes over, but she ends with 2 rebounds. That still keeps us under the marker. I mean, hey, if she goes out and gets 4 more rebounds, it just is what it is. But I like her chances here. We've seen a lot of reduction in opposing production, 47% from players in similar positions. Atlanta's pretty good, man. I know they are at home, but I don't have any faith in the Chicago team, and I think they are quite in shambles right now.
Quite in shambles. Yes, they are. Man, she's been doing absolutely nothing from the assist category and the rebounding category, so let's roll right with it. I mean, we know from the beginning of the season, we like targeting Atlanta's defense, so hopefully they can hold her down. She's too small to get around. Canada's quick out there. If she runs into Ryan or Gray, it's going to be tough. So if she gets 9 RA, it is what it is, but do the same thing. Under, baby.
Yeah, man. It's just not an easy spot for her. I don't know. There's been something about her these last couple games, though. Mm-hmm. Mentally, it's just all over her face. She just doesn't want to be out there. The last press conference that she had, too, you know, she was griping and complaining about that.
She's old. She's old, right? Yeah. And the team sucks. Like, I feel her. And what's her name? Rakia got hurt. That probably just ruined their whole team. Is just like looking at each other like, here we go, another losing season, you know? It's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, we're not even talking about, Vandersloot's supposed to come back at some point too. That's only going to make things more complicated, not really add much of an offensive weapon. So the expectations were really high going into the season. And I mean, we love Rakia. If y'all were a part of our crew last year, we played her so much, and an unrivaled too, for that matter. But that was a big loss for the team. So they're just gonna have to make the best of it. And this matchup's not gonna make it any easier.
Yeah, Cloud off the bench now too. It's kind of funny, but I mean, Diggins hasn't really done anything when Cloud off the bench either. I mean, she's been out there by herself and still not getting any assists. So I don't see why she would against Atlanta. Yep.
We'll just keep throwing the line out there and until they get us. But even still, look at her recent games. It's tough sledding.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah. I can't wait for the next one. I can't wait for this one. This one scares you. Oh no, not that one. I thought we were on the AT. My bad. That one's funny.
No, I had to move this one up a little bit because this was more specifically, it's an offshore thing. If you got Bovada Props Builder, it is available on there. But they had Gabby and Arike at 3.5 assists, just way too high. I mean, we played Gabby an obscene amount of times here recently. We played her the last 3 out of the 4 slates here. I think we passed on one of the Portland matchup.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean,
and then we got it live still, so it's great.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yep. Hey, pays to be in the Discord, I'm telling you. But just looking at her potentials, really just kind of hovering at most in this kind of 6 to 7 range. I mean, last game she had 6, previous 2, 7. And tougher matchup, yes, but only had 5 there. I think for her, this is a great 3-point matchup. I mean, Phoenix is bleeding a ton of threes. We know they're giving up the most right now. Actually, they're giving up the second most. Surprisingly, you would not believe this, but Minnesota's giving up the most threes right now. Saw that earlier today, too.
Really?
But, yeah, it's kind of weird. But
I did not
apparently
know that.
that is
Wow.
the thing.
Well, that's kind of scary for FUD then today. I saw Trey was on that, so I was looking at that and I was like, I don't know, man. I know her RA is nowhere to be found, but she might hit a few threes today if that's the case.
Yeah, we'll talk about that also here in just a few minutes. But still potentials, we're right around that 2-to-1 ratio, better scoring spot for Gabby overall. Also could see another potential blowout. I mean, Golden State's unbelievably dangerous at home. Phoenix continues to just struggle. Copper, still need news on her if she's actually going to play. But I did see her and AT in shoot around this morning at practice. So at least they're there. AT, I'm more certain, ends up playing. Copper, we'll see about that later. But this spot for her, I think is totally fine. She shouldn't be at 3.5, and we'll just keep playing that until she misses.
Yes, sir. We got a lot of comments to get to. We got 50 likes already. Appreciate you guys. Shoot, 51 already. 120 watching. Let's get it. Arike and Gabby, they're going to have to get lucky as well.
Yeah, and Arike is even better here. Tougher matchup. We saw their production in the first game. Only had 2 potentials. So also another thing that should not be at 3.5 assists. She's at 2.5 assists on some places. I would contemplate taking the under on that as well, but the scoring spot for her is much better. So we'll see. But I like it. 3.5 for both of them. Easy work. All right, Alyssa Thomas next up, under 32.5 PRA. If you can still find her at 32.5, we had a feeling this would likely bump, but I believe Underdog moved her back to 31.5, so at least you can get it there. And Prizepicks had her at 32 flat earlier. So let's see, do they still have that
31
as an option?
I think it was 31.
Oh, wow. So Prizepicks, yeah, they're still moving her down. She was at 30.5 for a minute earlier. So, I mean, this is not too surprising. I think Prizepicks will probably chill with that. Underdog could move her back to 30.5, but we'll see. 32.5, way too much. She got very fortunate the first time that they played, and I think they are going to play her a lot more tough this game. She had 12 free throws, I believe, and 11 assists. 11 assists against Golden State is pretty absurd. I don't know how she was able to manage that, especially with how bad Copper played, because she only had like 10 or 12 points. It was a really underwhelming game. But most of it really just the free throw metrics here. She went 9 of 12 from the line, so that padded that way up. She should have ended the game with right around 9 to 11 points. But I think the rebounds is what we're going to sweat the most out of her, the rebounds and the points. I'm looking for way more of a downside here on the assists. They played in the second game of the season too, so Golden State also not having those players with the team in the first 2 games makes a bit of a difference. But now fully healthy, especially back at home again. Yep, got to do it. Golden State continues to be one of the best paint defenses for a reason, so they're right back to number 1 here again. You got to show me, AT. You're going to have to show me. I think that first game was a total fluke. And if Copper is out, yes, she might have a little bit more volume, but that just means they're going to throw more doubles at her and apply more of that pressure. So good luck, AT. I don't look at you.
I like that. Good luck. Good luck, AT. They got you too high. Sorry. 32.5 is just from her name being AT and how great she was last year. She did good here the first half of the season, a little more. Last 4 games, you could tell they're just kind of giving up, similar to Chicago. They're just kind of feeling like their season is what it is. If Copper's out, like you said, man, that's even more chance of a blowout. She's not going to get the minutes. She could go out there and be old AT, possibly, but that line is way too high to do anything but the under. So here we go, bro. I mean, same thing every time. That's all we're looking for. And it lines right in there again.
Yeah, man. And I really just like specifically the interior matchup that they have. Golden State, again, being number 1 underneath the basket. So that's going to put a lot more pressure on her to just have that mid-range shot, that little one-handed hoopty that she throws up there. Hey, if she goes out and puts up 15, 16 points in that zone or gets at the free throw line, sure. I'll live with the loss on that aspect. But this is not an easy matchup, and I think we've seen plenty of AT recently, and also coming back from an injury too. If this game starts slipping, there's no reason for coach to keep her out there. All the reasons to sit her early, but not easy.
Forgot about that. I keep forgetting she's coming back from an injury, bro. Like, that's crazy that her line was that high. But yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. Thank you again, bookies.
Then I think for her, the assist also being fairly split, right down the middle between the 3 different zones here, 2 of those being quite difficult matchups. So outside of her in this little room to operate, that mostly just leaves Copper by herself as an active person to kind of get in there. Copper, Bonner, Splash Up, I cannot remember her chick's name off the bench, but everyone else is either shooting right here inside the paint or they're shooting threes out here. Copper is going to operate about 50% outside of here or trying to get to the basket from the free throw shots. Difficult spots to score against Golden State too, and if they're humming inside this little zone here, we'll live with that. But the other 2 being very, very tough spots, I'll live with our chances here. I love these rematch games, man, because coaches always play them different.
Yep, 1000%. Yeah, you got your 39. Watch what you're getting today. Such a different story today. Cannot wait.
Oh, yeah. All right. And then last play, and then we'll just kind of roll through all the questions you guys got. I know we've been talking for a minute here, but we got a lot to talk about. Courtney Williams, we did get her 21.5. She bumped down to 20.5 yesterday, and it looks like she is at 19.5 on a couple sites now. Let's see who's got. Oh, did she move on Underdog too? No way. Nope. Okay, Underdog still has it, at least for the time being. They did bump her points down from 16.5 yesterday to 15.5. But this, again, another tough matchup. She got very fortunate the first time these 2 teams played. She went 9 of 10 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, and was perfect from the floor. Unbelievable fluky game. I mean, I don't think there's any question about that. Looking at her overall usage from that game was actually one of the lowest that she had this season to date. She was under 20% just overall usage rating. Very fortunate with that kind of field goal percentage. I think that was a total fluke, and that was also in a game where Flood wasn't starting on the other side. We did get news that Sims was going to be out tonight for Dallas, so I think that just shores up more minutes for that front for the 3 wing players on Dallas as the starters. Center, obviously Shepard's going to be out there for the majority of the game too, and then we'll see a splash of Segrist and Alana off the bench. But this spot, not that easy, man. I mean, Dallas doesn't give up a ton of free throws. They're pretty solid against the 3-point shooting. And for her, it's another player. You just kind of look at her scoring zones that she does. for the most part, pretty decent pick and roll handler. Dallas plays a little bit more lackluster, but I think, again, with her, the volume wasn't anything crazy. I'll take her at 10 field goal attempts, no problem, any night. They should play her exactly the same here, and I think we just bank on her not shooting, 100% from the field. I'll live with that.
Yep.
Plus, it's so much a better spot for Miles and for Howard. Both of them, we know they operate more so inside the paint scoring wise. And that first game too, again, it was early in the season, so Miles kind of getting the wheels going a little bit more so. We've seen her over the last couple games now. I mean, she's just looked so unstoppable. But the same thing can be said for Howard. I mean, the first meeting for them, she had 16. She basically had 20 field goal attempts between her actual attempts and the free throws that she got. So it is, again, perfect spot for Dallas inside the paint. Score Howard and Miles fit both the bills for that. So just keep those threes down again this game. I think we're going to be fine. Also, I got to say shout out to the 4.5 assist line. Not really sure why it's quite that high. This last game she did convert at a high ratio. She had 9 potentials and ended up with 7. I still think this was a stud bud thing. Her going up against her old girl on the other side. But the matchup overall, not pretty. Dallas limiting a lot of that, and they're playing slow. So I think we run it back. I like our chances here. If you want to play the 19.5, just heed a little bit of caution there. It's still a good line, but hit rating a little bit difference.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of difference, actually. Let me take that back. It's a 4-game difference between that one bump.
Yeah, she gets right there. I like the fact Miles is definitely taken over. Howard's been good. If Kayla McBride would actually do something, it would pull even more usage away from Bunk Stud Bud 1. But, man, they started her off at 17.5 points. That's crazy. In this matchup with these players on the other team, too, and the way she can be so inconsistent, like you said, she got to shoot 65, 80, 75, 80% from the field to beat us. So take that every day. Little Stud Bud. Shoot that, Stud Bud. Don't miss. Oh, clank. Oh, we win. I already see it.
Yeah. And just a, last little part of it too, but that was, by far her worst potential game of the season. Only 10 attempts, no free throws.
9 for 10. Has that ever happened in her career? Probably not.
Yeah. So it is what it is. I like our chances here, and I think as long as Dallas shows up to work today, we should be all right.
Yes, sir. Now, let's get to the comments, and you guys are so dope. 100 watching, and you guys been hitting the likes. Appreciate it super much. It helps us move up in the algorithm. It helps more people get here. Helps us all hopefully defeat the bookies together. And my favorite part, let's look through these comments and any plays you guys have. So maybe we'll add something to the list, or we'll see something that's amazing, right? We can find value, bro.
Yes,
There's still value out there. It's not like what we did is it, and it's all, nope. There's value. Let's find it. All right, 2D743 says, what do you think about the taco for Olivia Miles over 11.5 points? We know you love that. Yep, take it. We don't need to go any further with that one. ZB Miami says, hit the like, first comment, second. Let's go. Hit the like, he says. Appreciate you guys. 2D743 says, already hit the like. Man, you guys are awesome. Kyle's here. Keel's here. However you want to say it. Do you guys ever run field goals? What do you think about that one?
It really just depends. Honestly, for the most part, we stay away from a lot of these extra filler props. Like I know last night we were talking about Citron, that unbelievable 9.5 field goal attempt prop, and what do you know? She ends the game with 9. I like them. Some of them are very appealing, and I think those are even better spots to kind of pivot to once we get random injury news or something extraordinary happens during the day. But for the most part, there's a couple of good ones here and there, but a lot of the times it's just nothing extra special. You just need the player to go out and actually do their normal and then not get extra free throws, because that was something that we talked about yesterday too with Citron. I was like, don't let her get all these free throws because we're going to miss out on that line. And what happens? She goes to the line like 3 times at the end of the game there.
If you had that, you'd have been pissed. C-Dot says, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, smash the hype button. Underrated and Just Cash are the GOATs of WNBA. Woo-hoo. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Every time in all caps too. That's the best. B. Frazier, what's happening? He says, when do I fade Reese? When do I fade Reese? Probably not today. Probably not today.
Next game.
He says, Reese, defensive rebounds over 7. And what do you think about that? Now, we know she's me-boundish, so we kind of want to have both, I would assume. But what do you think about the number 7? Is that good value for her defensive rebounds?
It's a little bit higher. Normally she's at 6. Yeah, they got that taxed up for I'm assuming it's just for the matchup and people being on her. Nah, I'd probably pass on that. She can get it, sure. I have no doubt this would be a matchup for her to get it, but that is an exceptionally high line for her. I mean, she's been at 6 for all these games here. 5.5 and 6, I should say.
Is that double-double still a decent payout? Although I don't want to cheer for her to score 10 points. But, I mean, if you didn't have any yet, what would you play right now? Because it's always something. Someone doesn't have any Reese rebounds in. What would you play if you had to play it now? That's the question. Or would you pass?
I think it was a 2.4 earlier. Let me see if they dinged it again. Yeah, see, this was a 2.6 yesterday when we first started talking about it on Prizepicks, and I know it was a 0.81, and it's a 0.74 now, I think, on Underdog. Where's it at? Where's it gone? Yeah, 0.74. So they definitely put a lot more juice on it. I mean, there's no doubt about that. The other props for her, I still think that are in play. I mean, honestly, I still don't even mind the 11.5 rebounds. You should be able to find that on most sites. I know Underdog still has the alt for that. But they have them both, actually, the 10.5 and the 11.5. So you can get it there. And then Prizepicks has the 11.5 for... Sorry, bear with me 1 second. So they got the 11.5 for a 2.6. So, I mean, that one's still definitely in play. I don't mind that at all. And you got tacos and stuff to pair with it. But you can get either one of those. I contemplated the combo with Cardoso, but, man, I don't know if I can do 21.5.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that too. High. Yeah, you might as well just roll with Reese, man. I'm about to do the Angel Reese rain dance after this stream. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's go, Angel! Oh! She got it. She got it for us. When's that game at? Oh, it's a late game? Oh, no, it's the early game. Nice. 1 hour.
First game, thankfully.
Get your rebounding hands ready, Angel. Okay. Logan says, yes, sir, locked in early value. Yes, sir. You got it yesterday with us. That's what's up, Logan. What up, though? And Brother David Jones says, I'm new. Well, hello. And welcome.
What's good?
Damien says, what about ATPRA? Now, we're taking her under from 32.5. If you didn't get it, would you play anything of hers under now? Or is that far and gone?
I think it kind of depends on the site.
You said her fantasy earlier. I didn't mean to cut you off, but you said fantasy, remember? You kind of like that still?
Yeah, she's still at 40. Yeah, the 40 fantasy is still pretty high. I mean, she had 6 turnovers the first game against Golden State, and we know they cause a ton of those. And, I mean, she naturally just coughs it up about 3 or 4 times a game anyways. We are sweating the random blocks and steals that she can get, yes, but I still think now with all the bumps especially, this is probably the most favorable line. I would have said the PA, but they did just bump that down as well, so I'm actually quite surprised. I don't know why the fantasy hasn't bumped, because they bumped her points, they bumped the PA, they bumped the PR now actually, and they took the juice off of her over rebounds. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I think this is the only scary part for her tonight is the rebounding, so that's quite surprising.
She's been so awful fantasy, on rebounds, though, man. She's been lazy. I know it never her, but man, they're just defeated. They can't beat anybody. I wouldn't want to play either.
What's her fantasy? The Prizepicks ding it again. All right, what's at 39? So you are playing it for a point lower over here, but I still think that one, this is fine here.
Okay. Let's see what else we got. Logan says, underrated. I got you on this Discord this Friday. What's moving shit? All right, we'll see you in the Discord, bro. Brother David Jones says, I'm higher on Reese rebounds on Underdog. Yeah. Hey, they're anywhere you can find the best value. Grab it. 3-Time is here with the good vibes again. I got to give him the sound effects. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hey.
Happy Tuesday. Good luck. Good luck to you as well, sir. ZB Miami, let's see what he says here. I like how he writes his things here. How confident are you in the Courtney Williams PA? This is going to be a playoff style game with these two. Also, would you take Shepherd PRA over? Interesting about Shepherd. She has been very consistently good. How confident are you in Courtney Williams PA?
I don't know. How are you feeling about it? Probably like a high 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's not the most incredible feeling because, and that's why you'll see a lot of assist plays for us. Like to get assists, it reminds me of tackle plays in NFL because you need a couple things to happen to get your assists. You need the player to score. You need the game not to blow out, etc. There's a million factors. You need a no foul, but with scoring. And Courtney, to me, she's so inconsistent with her shooting. Like that game last time, 9 for 10. If she goes 9 for 10, I'm not going to be confident. But, that's where the confidence lies, in her shot. If her shot's on, she might beat us. I give it, like you said, I'm probably around a 70% shot that we get that in. 21.5 PA. Yeah. Definitely a value play.
Yeah, I mean, it's truly just whatever the efficiency is for her. Because you can see a lot of her games, I mean, they're very close to just repeating the same thing over and over. So, I mean, we had a couple of assist games here, which I think, honestly, we goldfished the first 2 games because that's when Miles was really getting herself established. But everything beyond that, I mean, in general, we're looking at three assists in most of every single game. I mean, it's either 3 or it's 7. So somewhere between those two, I think is going to be the number. But still, I mean, 3 assists on most nights, 5 rebounds, I think is totally normal for her. But she can even still go out and put up, say, 16, 17 points and still have 3 assists and stay under for the 20.5. Obviously, if you're playing at the 19.5, I mean, personally, I might have to pass on that because it is really pushing it on the numbers. But you do bring up a good point. She will play elevated minutes here for this, tournament spot, if you will. But I still think it's just mostly the efficiency because it's the games that she's really snapped off on where you see, 13 of 20, the 10 of 15, the 9 of 10s. But everything else in between where she's not really hitting that marker, she's still staying right at this PA line. So if you can get the 20.5, I do like that. Honestly, I still like the 4.5 assist as well if you can find that. Underdog didn't offer that one, did they? Oh, they did bump it. Okay, so they did move that up.
Well, what I like about this one too is if you look at the matchups, at least if you're following the props madness matchups here where she shoots from and where they're good on defense, it lines up perfect for the defense. So Dallas is real good in the mid range there. So I mean, that's really where she's going to take all our shots. So I like our chances with that even more. Like you said, don't love it. 19.5, a little scary. 20.5, I'd probably put a little bit. 21.5 was the spot where I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Kenny says, how do you feel about Azari Stevens 1.5 threes under?
It's a great spot for it. I mean, Atlanta continues to be, top 3 against the 3-point shooting. So I do like it. I think it's a totally fine spot for her. Mostly just kind of sweating the minutes. And really, I would say that first half stuff from her, some of that's been a little bit fake, but minutes are creeping up a little bit. But she is still on a minutes limit. So 18, 20, and then 23 the last couple of games now. So they're moving up. I don't think the volume necessarily has gone up that much. Let me fact check because I haven't played a single bit of her this season, except for that day one under. And oh my God, it was free. My goodness.
So free.
Bro, her volume has been crazy, man. For a player that we've seen over the many years, this is quite the reinvigoration of herself. So this again just falls back to this team doesn't have anybody scoring wise. It's just it's bad.
They're bad. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a totally fine play. She's gonna go probably put up 5 attempts, I'd say, is a safe number. So just stay under that marker, that 30% marker as she has been, it will be all right.
I just kind of wonder where you're getting that play as well, Kenny, because I see it on Bet Online, I see it on FanDuel, but definitely not these fantasy sites. If it was on Underdog there at a decent 0.7 or so, I'd think about that.
She's not?
It's not, is it? Oh, it is. Oh,
Hey.
well then, I might be playing a little bit of that just because I like cussing her out when she shoots those air balls. So, yeah, maybe. B. Fraser says, Segrist getting minutes. You like her for 10 points. Segrist getting minutes. She played good last game. Before that, she was having problems. What do you think today? Tough spot?
Yeah, I mean, not really. It is better scoring inside the paint spot for both of them. Well, her a little bit more so because she has kind of a mid-range action. I mean, Shepard's pretty much exclusively just going to shoot under the basket, which I know we had a question about Shepard too. I think, yes, this is a fine matchup, and against her former team, she's played well. She played really well in that first game. Minnesota's been surprisingly good in the paint, though. Got to shout them out. They've been.
Maddie did get good minutes last game. Was there a reason other than was there an injury? What was going on? She did get better minutes last game. I do remember that. She had 24. I see.
Yeah, Uru was out last game, so they had to kind of stagger their minutes out a little bit. And I think Alana is still kind of working her way back from whatever that face injury. She did play 16 minutes, so I would say probably looking at 16 to 18 minutes again out of her. But yeah, with Uru being out this last game, they kind of spread it out a little bit more. I like Maddie, man. I think she's a very acceptable player. Just does she get gun shy and not shoot the ball? Go out and put up one or 8, 9 attempts. One of those is going to be the outcome.
Those are those ones we've seen these over the years, man. Like the player that you like, a player that should be able to get 10, with the minutes she's getting, and then you put money on it and she comes out there and disappoints you. So to me, those are the ones you just have to pass on and just watch, because we were talking about that earlier this season. Just pass or bet a very small amount of money and you won't get as frustrated when they lose. Don't put money on those type of plays, like a significant amount, because those are the frustrating plays right there. Those are the exact ones you don't want to do. I'm just saying, more often than not, you're going to get mad about them. We know, we've done them so many times and learned, there's just better places to put your money, I think, to be honest. But
I will say I would be interested in either the PR or the fantasy, though. I mean, the rebound upside for her and defensive stocks that she gets is pretty decent. So just give her the minutes. The minutes got to be still somewhere in that mid-20 range. Like if she's looking at 17, 20 minutes, we might be sweating that out real bad. But 20 fantasy, that's not bad.
I'd say play it if you like it, but at the same time, don't be expecting anything amazing. It could happen, but just don't count on it so much is all. No one can read the future. No one can tell the future. This is exactly one of those plays. You need a crystal ball to know what's going to happen with her. Yeah, it's just one of those plays. It's just what it is. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just that's what it is. David Robbins says, how do I join the Discord? There is a link in the description here for the WAP and for the Discord. Either or will get you there, and you'll see the instructions on either or of those. Rizza up. I don't know. Rise up. I don't know what it is. Either one. Finally, here for a live. Get those likes up for good luck. Hey, appreciate it. People have been getting those likes up. Appreciate you guys. 110 watching, 63 likes. You guys are awesome. We appreciate it. Coach DFS is here. What's up, bro? He said, we got some revenge games tonight, boys. Let's effing go. Reese versus Chicago. Jess Jokic, he calls her. Jess Jokic versus Minnesota. Yeah, bro, she has been Jokic. I can't even hate on her anymore. I used to hate so hard on her. No more. I will not go under her. She is a beast. Tell me I'm wrong, E.
Oh, yeah, she's good. See, the funny thing is, people are just now getting introduced to her, but man, I remember way back when like Sylvia Fowles was on the team and she got hurt and it was time for Big Shep to step up. And I've seen her, I've seen flashes of what I thought we could expect out of her. And I had that expectation last year with Minnesota and it just didn't happen, mostly just playing behind feet. But yeah, uncapped, man, she is a baller.
I think she might have done some, extra training or extra work lately or something. Something's happened. I know she was always decent, but I mean, she wasn't really decent. She was kind of shit. But Bro, she's had some games where she's been kind of unstoppable. She had a freaking triple-double.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look at her from last season, dude. Whenever Fee was out, I mean, these are no slouchy numbers. We had one bad game with 8 points, and I mean, everything else. She also had a triple-double against Indiana, mind you, of all teams. Had a triple-double against them last year. I mean, but look at these numbers. Golden State, 12-13-3. Washington, 12-15. I mean, these are some, like, for real teams. Atlanta and New York, 15-16, 17-10. You know, she got some skill, and I saw this a long time ago from her after Fowles left, but I think Fee stepping in, you know, really kind of overtook any kind of spotlight that was there for her. But yeah, man, she's good. I've seen it in the past, and I'm glad that she's actually having a real good career for herself.
Jess Jokic. All right, enough of that. Rory Moore says, so points with Atlanta? So points with Atlanta. What does that mean? They don't get points, right? I think he's saying Atlanta to win with the minus the points, maybe.
I'm not sure if he was saying Atlanta talking about the points or Alana talking about her points, but I would not take any team totals here. Just let these games play out. The road games especially, or taking a road team is always risky. Do I think Atlanta wins? Yes. Do I want to bet that? Not so much.
No. Can't. We've learned. You can't trust these hoes ain't loyal, whatever that song is, if you guys know it. If you know it, you know it. But yes, this is exactly what this is. That song was about WNBA money lines and spreads. Okay. Mario Riley's, he's back, folks, with another Under Fantasy, and he says Skylar Under Fantasy today. We know Skylar is having issues. Do you think it continues? We already are on her RA under. Do you like her fantasy under?
Yeah, I think it's still playable. Mostly you're just sweating out any kind of steals that she gets. The assist potential should be fairly down. Atlanta is causing top turnovers, so there will be, at least, sorry about that, there will be some turnover downside in store for her, but it's mostly just the points. I think points and then steals. That's all you're sweating here.
All right. Jeremy says, do you think under on page 3.5 rebounds is a good prop?
Yeah, it's a fine one. She might soak up a few more minutes tonight with Sims being out as her backup, but yeah, not an easy matchup. Minnesota not really giving up too many rebounds overall. They give up a couple, but they are they're getting even better. They are 4th least in allowed. Yeah, I think that's fine. They also don't shoot that many threes either, so that's a good look. It's lower fine for Paige's standards, though.
It's a decent play, right? But it's not one you like to cheer for. You're watching the game like, oh my God, ball, don't bounce the Paige. No! The whole game. And it's like, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It could hit, though. He says also, how do you feel about AT under 31.5 PRA? We know we are on her 32.5. Would you play her 31.5 right now, or would you play her fantasy if you wanted to get it in?
Probably the fantasy, man, to be honest. I mean, I do still like the 31.5. I think it is acceptable. I believe there is a 1-game sample size. I got to figure out how to do this better on here. The slider, or at least the props. I like to kind of look at it. I got it.
Did you see that closing line button there where it shows you what her line was that day too? See it? It's right underneath the teams. Straight right there. Ooh, look at that. It tells you where her line was. It's kind of useful sometimes.
Ah, okay. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd probably pivot to the fantasy now. I mean, I still like the PRA. I wouldn't be shocked to see her stay under 30 PRA for that matter. But yeah, maybe take a little splash on the fantasy side here. Especially on Underdog at 40. That's nice. Okay.
Stephen Jones says, dude, the WNBA is so difficult to pinpoint, or is it me? What do you think, E? We've been talking about this for years, too. It is difficult. But that's why we have invoked this new strategy of, like you said, when you take the unders, you're already a 60-40. Then add the add the matchups, give you a little more. Then add the whole idea that bookies aren't as on top of these lines because it's WNBA and not NBA, and there's not as much money involved. So they'll let us sneak in and win. So just change up the strategy, bro. It is hard to pinpoint, but it's only hard to pinpoint when you're taking all overs, because that's very difficult. I'll say that. What do you think? Anything to add to that? Or is that about what you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's kind of a coin flip to take an over unless there's something extraordinary that happens, like a player is out or somebody moves from a bench to a starter role, or if there's just a line error, But for the most part, it's just season averages, and then you're just playing the game of, is this player hot or not?
Maui says it's because they get their periods, so they play worse half the month. There we go. It's also another thing I forgot to add in. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Very, very true.
Not gonna say you're wrong. You are not wrong.
I mean, think about it. It makes sense. He says also, I also like Becker's 4 3-point attempts. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that one's fine. Again, we were kind of hitting on that earlier. Surprising to see that Minnesota is allowing the most 3-point attempts right now. So I think it's fine for her. Also for Fudd alike, I'm kind of surprised that Fudd is at 1.5 threes too. Wouldn't be surprised to see her and Enrique have a game. Just saying.
Enrique Suave. Supreme Juice says Diggins under 5.5 assists on Hard Rock or pass. They don't have her 8.5 RA? 5.5 assists is probably okay too, huh?
Yeah, it's fine. Go a little bit, maybe a half a unit on the assist. If you can find the RA, though, definitely get on that one.
Has anyone ever told you your voice is similar to Owen Wilson? I think it's the look, too. I don't know, man. Do you think it's Owen? Well, I never heard that one. I like that.
Yeah,
Kevin Tom.
Wow.
See? He already knows. He knows. Kevin Thomas says, I'm in here. What's up, Big Kev? Big Kev.
What's up, dude?
He loves Miles Magic. He loves that Miles Magic. He's hoping for more of it tonight. I can't wait to see. Cardoso under 24.5 PRA, Logan says. Ooh, under on Cardoso. She is fun to cheer against, but sometimes she pisses you off with actually a good game.
It's a reasonable scoring spot for her tonight. I mean, I think mostly that's just going to be the will factor for her. Appropriate lines. I mean, she was at 13.5 yesterday, so bookies kind of adjusting that down. Really, the only thing still inflated is her rebound line. So the 9.5 there, I think, is a fair prop. But she is low, man. She's definitely low. She could see a lot of volume if Reese is taking a few extra shots here for that narrative and catching a couple rebounds off of that. But we've seen her in some recent foul troubles too. So I mean, there's nothing to say that she even goes out and can play over 30 minutes. Because I mean, that's something we've seen that in a couple different close games, not able to do.
She just doesn't give me that warm and cuddly feeling. I can't take her under and feel good, man. I can't. It's scary. You never know, man. She comes out and balls sometimes, especially maybe against Reese. She might have something to prove. I don't know, but it seems scary to me, man. King Capricorn says, what up, guys? Peace to the channel. So happy I subscribed to your channel. You definitely gave me a new perspective on my betting with the unders. I'm rocking with you guys faithfully.
Oh, love it. Love it. It's a different approach, man. I know it is. And it's something for me also personally, I'll say, underrated. It took him probably a good year to get me to start betting some unders. And
up that 3 years.
Okay, maybe 2 years. So I'll meet you in the middle. Maybe 2 years. But it's not a common thing. The brain just isn't wired to think like that. And I think so many people have just been kind of baptized in the standard betting market, which is, chase the overs, play this over. And stepping back, I think for us that's been kind of our edge, at least to start the season, is we're playing it differently. We're not playing into the props that they're giving us or playing against them, and not really hoping for people to fail necessarily, but just go out and be average. That's all you gotta do, is just be average. Give me an average player's line for an average day, and if they're above average, then we eat the loss. But if they go out and just have an okay night, then we win. And how often does that happen? A lot more than you think.
Yeah. Hey, most people lose. That's how betting is set up, or else there wouldn't be betting. 80-90% of the people lose usually, so there's got to be a different approach. I'm glad that our approach has hit you in a way that made you follow the channel and want to get with it, because it takes a while to get used to it. Definitely, you feel embarrassed sometimes when a under loses, like, ha ha ha, you thought, ha ha ha, but there's nothing different. So fucking brush that off. It's time to win, guys. Supreme Juice says Reese over 11.5 rebounds. We already know we're on that, right? We like that. Let's see. Cecilia threes or points. I think she cooks, B. Fraser says. Cecilia.
Oh, Big Xander Lassini. Yeah,
Big
honestly,
Xander.
I mean, she's been right there at that 9 points per game. I mean, I think the 3-point, honestly, great 3-point shooting for all the players on Golden State. Love the spot for Thornton, her, Salon also with a hella trappy prop. So they have her, and this is something you think is very weird. I mean, mega juice for under her 3.5 or under her 2.5, and she's, I mean, just crushing that line. Snapped off against Phoenix the first time too. I do like her lines. I would say any of these 1.5 lines for anybody on Golden State except for Burton. I think she is still hurt personally. Any of the other players, they're 1.5 threes. Totally live for this matchup.
Man, Salon is good. Like, every time I watch her, she does good. Every time I watch her, she does the right thing. She's smart. She comes off the bench. Like, she is a big part of that team. Let's see what else we got here. Mid-range bully says Carmela Cardoso under fantasy at 30.5. Is that a good look? We just talked Cardoso. It's just scary. It's just scary, right? Like, I personally would pass just because she could go under, but
yeah, I mean, everything is kind of leaning in the direction, mostly just scoring metrics wise for her to stay under. It's, just a try factor or free throw factor. If she gets a bunch of dumb free throws, then you might be sweating. The rebounds could be there, but yeah, the scoring, everything is saying it's negative for her. So I agree. Just, is there any kind of bad blood between her and Reese? We're going to find out.
I got to scroll back and see who said you sounded like Owen Wilson, because I just heard it too. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Owen Wilson. Oh, my goodness. Amazing. Okay. I digress. Kadeja Pierce says Angel under 3.5 assists. I was looking at that one too. There's something that threw me off and made me not want to do it, though. What is it, E? What is the Angel assist know about?
I mean, it's a spot for it, honestly. You're looking at the wing defense that Chicago has. They should be able to shut down a majority of that shooting. It's mostly just the kick-ins to the slasher to the basket, your Canada, your Gray, what have you. If they're getting free throw calls, then cool. Those probably aren't converting. But if they are catching those open looks to the basket, a lot of the times they are coming off of Reese. So I think it's a great high risk, high reward play, because this is a terrible matchup for it. And Chicago's been holding down most opposing, just general playmaking. Potential's way down too. I mean, 4-0 last game.
I was just going to say, I was like, the more I look at it, actually, it's not bad. Something threw me off. It wasn't this game. It was the game before. And I was looking and I watched how she played, and they were kicking it into her, and then she was kicking it back out, and they were hitting those threes. But is this game that happens, or is she going to just go for it because she's playing Chicago? I feel like she'll lean that direction today.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, I think that's honestly a totally fair play. It is a higher line, and this feels a little reminiscent of us playing Hamby under. This does not feel like Asia under, at least I will say. This feels like a Hamby under.
It feels in between. I'll take Hamby over Angel right now, because Angel had those consecutive games with those 4-5, 5-5, 5-5. They were really trying to, she was really trying to get the ball out to the 3-point shooters. So there is that. I don't think Hamby does that as much. Hamby's like, oh my goodness, can we get that 3.5 again? Angel though, yeah, I kind of like it. Rise up, Rizza up. One of those. McBride under 20.5 PRA. McBride has been shit, but E loves McBride, so we're gonna get a little biased opinion. E, what do you think about McBride?
I mean, she's starting to turn up, but yeah, she sucks this season, man. I don't know what's going on with her.
It must be Miles and Courtney just, taking it, and Howard, like, she's just the afterthought.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, tough 3-point spot here. So
that might be a good one too, huh? I didn't look at that because I knew if I told you, you'd say no. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I do want to look at that one again, though. That's kind of cool. What do you think? Is that a possible play for real or no? Like a official play, not a good. It is a good play. It's a lean for sure.
Yeah. I mean, even her PA, I am a little worried. I don't know how she got 8 rebounds that first game against him, but it's mostly just, I mean, the lack of scoring that we've seen out of her. And I still think this is a fine matchup to take her assist potential under. She also only had 1 assist that game.
Yeah, I got a 3.5 on that funny site. That's funny. She says, and I must have said this before. I'm sorry, E. I be messing with you too much. She said, I know you got love for McBride. I mean, yeah. Sorry. It is true, though. You are a little McBride love bias in there a little bit. But she is coming back down, and even you are thinking about her under. So that might even work. Salon over 1.5 threes. That was one you said you do like already, right?
Yes, sir. Okay. Absolutely.
And then he also said, Andre says, Segrist over 10.5 points. And that's another one. She just needs the minutes. She needs to have a decent game. She did have higher minutes. She got a better shot than she did last game. But do you want to put your hard-earned money on Maddie Segrist scoring? I don't know. That's up to you. How you feel? I personally pass. What do you think, E? 50-50, lean over. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd probably pass on this one because you mostly need the minutes, but you need her to make a 3-point shot. I know she's made a couple here recently, but that's very lucky. 2 for 2, 2 for 3, 2 for 4. That's pretty high numbers. So there's a real good chance she could hit some threes here, but if she doesn't, you might be looking at that single-digit points. If I was to play her tonight, I would say probably either the PR or the fantasy, because she can get blocks and steals, and the rebound rating has looked really nice for her with the minutes, but that field goal volume could be real low tonight.
Good call. Okay. JJT 12380 says, you mean like Brink not getting any rebounds the other night? We hope that Reese does not do that. We hope Reese, don't wish that evil on us, Ricky Bobby, with that.
No,
Kenny says, Jordan Canada under fantasy on PP 13.5. 13.5 must be first half?
Yeah, it's going to be first half. Yeah, that one I don't mind at all. For her, it's literally just the steals. The 2 games that she got close here, she had some first half steals. So as long as she doesn't get that with a few extra random assists, I think that's fine.
Yeah, she disappears sometimes. She's a really good player, but they have so many players on that team that want the ball and want to shoot that she's like the last. She just drives when they need her to. So I kind of like that. I would not doubt that hits. I'll tell you that. Under Page 18.5 points. Ooh, that's kind of scary. What do you think though, Minnesota?
She lit him up that first game. I mean, played pretty damn well. She had 27 points. So as long as she's not getting an absurd amount of free throws, I think that's fine. I mean, she also went 3 of 4 from 3 whenever she's going through that little heater. Mm-hmm. She is back to 0.5 threes on a couple different sites, but I did like the 3-point attempts, the 3.5. I think that one low-key might be a pretty strong play. It's Paige. Just know what you're getting into here with her, man. If Enrique or Fudd is not shooting the ball much, you're not going to get too much support from the other 2 players. I mean, a sprinkle of Shepherd, but yeah, it's Paige. Just remember that. Stop.
Big Paige. Damn, I like her at point guard with all those assists. 24 potentials, looking like AT last game. Kevin says Salon over points. I believe she's 11.5. Do you like that, or would you just take the 1.5 threes? I like them both. Oh no, she's 13.5. Ooh, oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
that's high.
The 12.5 I could live with. I'd be a little bit more tempted maybe just to run the 1.5 threes, honestly. She's shooting from 3. I mean, that's a large majority of her action is coming from 3, and this is the best spot for 3-point shooting. I think she's fine. Another player just kind of handicapped on the minutes. Last game she did play more. She played 27 against Vegas, so maybe that's something that continues, but real good chance she also just goes out and plays about 22 minutes, and I don't know, man. I love her. I love the 3-point shooting, but I don't trust the minutes.
Okay. Supreme Juice says, fire show as always, boys. Good luck. Appreciate you. Good luck to you. Good luck to us today, guys. Good luck, good luck, good luck. 3 times the most positive comments ever in history says, I never realized the unders were so good. Great find, fellas. No problem. I'm glad it's working out for us because it has always been the play. And it's working good with WNBA, that's for sure. It works for other sports too. Don't deny it. C-Dot says, why is Skylar R.A. the second most popular play in WNBA? PP? Probably for the under. That's why. Because she got all red bars, doesn't she? 4 of them. Yeah, it's kind of bad luck when that's the case, but we're going to roll with it. You never know. Khadijah Pierce says Ryan Howard under 3.5 assists. She was the one who said, what's her name under 3? Angel under 3.5 assists too. I like this look you're looking at here though. Under assists. You know, that's my favorite. Ryan Howard though. We had her 4.5. That was easy last game. He really hasn't been doing anything. If you look at her last 3 games, are you looking at those potentials? Wow. What happened?
They're bad.
Bad.
Yeah, I mean, she's just not really having to. The Connecticut game, for obvious reasons, I mean, snapped off for 36 points, so she wasn't going to pass it there. Washington game, slower pace, slower total. You know, you're really looking at who she's passing to. A lot of her playmaking does, you know, kind of get split between the mid-range here and in the paint, but some from 3. So, I mean, that's kind of dependent on Gray and Hillman as far as their outside scoring. I think this is a fine spot for her to stay under. It feels kind of sweaty, but again, I mean, Chicago limiting a lot of production there from playmakers. It's a fine prop. It's one of those I wish it was at 4.5 because that would make me feel a hell of a lot better about it. Right. But I think it's a fine one.
Okay, cool. I'll ask one last question and then we can get out of here. Would you take Ryan or Angel under the 3.5? Which do you like the same? Which do you like better? Or you can say that you like them the same if you want.
Probably Angel in this situation. There's just a little bit more upside for her scoring potential or just paint scoring. So if they're dumping it down, she's a little bit more motivated and what have you. You know, those could be conversions.
I like it. I'm glad I asked you.
I think Reese though, man. I mean, yeah, Ryan can always just fall into random playmaking. You know, we've seen it so many times. Yep.
No, I like that. Reese under 3.5. Definitely a good play, and that McBride under PRA, I like that too. So you guys came with some heat today. I like it. I want to look at McBride a little more. And here's the very last question of the day. We can get out of here. Supreme Juice says, not a great matchup for Azare, but what do you think about her 5.5 rebounds?
It's not bad, honestly. I mean, she's been pretty impressive in the minutes that she's getting on the glass. I know, obviously, last 2 games she had 10 rebounds. Do keep that in mind. These are bottom feeder defensive inside the paint teams. I mean, both Connecticut and Toronto, top 3 in most allowed. I believe pretty high on the rebound rating, too. I know Toronto, 5th most. We got to be higher than this. Where's Connecticut? All right, Connecticut slumped down a little bit, so I think there's strong hope for her. Mostly, man, it's just what do those minutes look like? If she's playing about 27, 28 minutes, looking pretty good. Don't sleep on that scoring potential for her, though. 13 and 15 field goal attempts is something. This girl's old. She's, 30? Okay, she looks a hell of a lot older than what I thought she was. But this is something, man. 13 and 15 attempts, and we saw also 10 attempts in that first game back. So I don't mind that. Don't mind it.
How dare you say that about Azare? I can't believe you. All right, guys. Just joking. You guys killed it. 79 likes. If you could run up the likes, if you're watching this later and you haven't hit the like yet, please hit the like. We're trying to get to 100 likes every stream. I think we can do it. Because by the time the next day comes, we're at 100. So if you haven't hit the like, please do. We would appreciate it very much. And we are out of here.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it, fam. We'll be back tomorrow as usual. We got a busy rest of the week ahead of us, so stay locked in. We'll catch you guys in the Discord. Good luck tonight. We'll see you back here later. All right? Peace.
Fuck you, Prizepicks! Hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! Hate you. Fuck you, Prizepicks! Fuck you, Prizepicks!